Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing the sign of Earth sign, and this is the Lover's Path that I'm doing today. It's a different read. It's by, let me think of the name of the container. Here we go. By Chris Walderher is who it is. Now, it's a Lover's deck, that's why I bought it originally. This spread will work in different ways to most spreads, so I've got to use a little manual because I don't use this much because it's fairly new to me. It's a relatively new deck. We've got the first card off the bat, which is Judgment. You feel like you're being judged by people, or you may be judging someone harshly and you need to stop it. People come in different sizes, shapes and packages, and we can't all fit the one garden variety is what I'm going to try and say. So you may feel like people have passed judgment based on past things that you may have had done, or how you were once upon a time, back when you were younger. They may still think you're that same person, but people change and people evolve. It's choices and passages and changes, a choice that must be made sometimes between higher and lower impulses, passage into the next phase of life. Yeah. So you may be going through a new stage, a new phase. Like you leave home, you meet a girl or a guy, you get married, you move in, then you have a child, then the child leaves home. So you could be an empty nester. The next card we pulled is the Queen of Staves. So this, in this spread, because it's in a different way, okay, 11 is the past or history of the relationship. It shows how the past has affected the present situation. You may be dealing with a Queen of Wands. Oops. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the life of the party. You know, she likes to sing, dance, act. She's fun. She may be very passionate about what she believes in. There may be a strong moral compass with her. If she knows she's right, she'll fight and debate till she's blue in the face. That sort of person. Because she knows she's passionate about what she stands up for. She may be a very, very attractive girl, man, person. They may just have people all want to line up to talk to her. She has this disarming friendliness to her. She may be a person that likes to be at home and likes to provide for her family. She is in her 30s to 30 plus, so she's a queen, and she rules with an iron fist when she wants to, but you know, try and change her mind, you'll have opposition. She'll be very opposite to what someone else tells her what it is. You're going to have a hard time changing her mind. She's very determined, very stubborn. Now what you've also got is the power couple. The power couple is Guinevere and Arthur. It's the Emperor card, so typical of Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. So you may have been with another fellow earth sign in the past who was a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus as well. Now the Emperor embodies 4 of the major arcana. So you've got the King of Wands, which is the passionate person, the King of Swords, which is rules with an iron fist. They are discerning. They may be in law enforcement. They may bring down laws and rules and judgments. Then you have the Emperor. Then you've got the water signs. So that is the compassionate ones that care. They're very caring, and they're like the healers, the nurses of the world, the doctors of the world. The quiet bedside manner. They care about nature and people and things. And then you've got fire. Did I say fire? Yeah, fire, which is passion. So you've got all the 4. They embody all of it. Then you've got here the 8 of Wands. Now that's to do with travel, in particular in the past. It could represent that you did a lot of air flight. Like travel by air. And 8 of Staves is the 8 of Wands. It's passion, it's love, it's like a love affair. So in the past you may have been very in love with this person that you used to be with that was a Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. It was a really good match. Eight of Staves, but something may have happened to make it not work out. Yeah, communication and movement, energetic, unknown information finally released that makes sense in the past. Communication. Then we've got 1 to 3, which is this one. This is these three cards are read together represent the person, well, you the inquirer, present role in the relationship. So your present role in the relationship is one of the Princess of Arrows, discerning, logical, talking in lawyers' terms. You may be in law enforcement. You may be looking at going into law enforcement, is what it's saying as well. Princess of Arrows is air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You may be, you may have that in your chart as well. The forward thinkers, they are very logical. Thoughts come on them like they just pick things up, basically. Yeah, Princess of Arrows. News that brings sense to a situation, the ability to create influence and bring understanding using the power of words. Messages, education and articulation. So you may be very good speakers, writers. You should be able to write. You could write a book if you wanted to. And then you've got awakening. You might be good with English. You might have been very good at English as a child and now. Awakening, this is the sun energy. It's the best card in the zodiac. You may have a Leo around you that you are worried about, or that you maybe a family member, but he's the sun. He is the Leo. And well, when he smiles, he lights up the whole room because he's so optimistic. He's got a lot of optimism, and that rubs off on you, which is really good. He's very funny, can be quite a funny person, he or she that is around you. Got to find awakening. This is under a different name, so I go looking for sun, but it's actually awakening. Yeah. Venus was jealous of Psyche's outstanding beauty. She instructed her son Cupid to pierce Psyche with his arrow, so she would foolishly love the first creature she saw, but Cupid had loved Psyche. He rescued her. Creativity, success, fertility, and optimism. Yeah. And secretly took her as his bride. Emotional awakening, an expansive, life-affirming energy that brings opportunities and optimism. Love and sexuality, creativity and procreation. Okay, so it's talking about children. You may have something to do with children or protecting children. That's what I get. If you're in law enforcement, I think there is such a job that I applied for recently called protective officer or protective of children that are in situations that are scary. Protective officer. Yeah, that's what job I applied for. I'm going to try and find out how to apply to. Ace of Coins. Okay, that's to do with a lump sum of money coming to you through a Leo. A gift, some type of gift of money. A bag of coins, if you will. And it also talks about watching your money and trying to bank it, trying to save money. Yeah, the beginning of a new phase, filled with good fortune and attainment of material goals and contentment in personal life. This is what's coming for you. So permanency, stability in finances, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, and then we've got here, because I've got Virgo in my chart, so I'm reading this is also applies to me. Even though I'm an air sign, I've got the Virgo. Now what we've got coming up for you, this is in future, to be read together, 5, 6 and 7, is these three cards which are read together represent the other person involved in the relationship. It can also symbolise his or her current situation for better or for worse. Okay, so you have a Magician. That's an Aries card to me. I read that as Aries. The Magician is the person that is magic. He is the rock star of the zodiac chart. He's the actor, the singer on stage, acting, singing. Yeah, he's the bigger than life person. He draws in things to him like magic. If he needs help with money, finances, he'll find friends that'll just turn up unexpectedly and help him with whatever he's needing. yeah, he'll just turn up. These people just come out of the woodworks for them when they need it the most. This is the magician's energy. The magician is opposite to the high priestess. I think they go hand in hand. He's the male version of you. If you're a psychic medium, then he's the other version of you. So I'm going to Google. I'm going to find the meaning in here, which is magic. You may do magic spells. You may do like love spells. I know I do love spells to attract love, not to attract any specific person. Just love or health, good health. Attracting good health. To scare away things that scare us, like in Halloween season. You know, you make a jack-o'-lantern to scare away the scary things, like the ghosts, because the ghosts walk the earth, you know. This is why they make the jack-o'-lanterns, to scare away the earth, the ghosts that walk the earth on Halloween. There's an orange candle that you can place, and then you can anoint it with lavender oil, and you can engrave on it and put no fear. Take fear from me, which is like bad nightmares, which I suffer with. Merlin and Vivian, self-empowerment, mastery, actualization and growth. Developing the magic within yourself, casting a spell on another to create positive change. A yearning to grow beyond perceived limitations, renewed creativity and vigour. Well, that's really good. That's a love spell, like I said, because you've got the Two of Cups. You may cast a spell to find someone to love. Two of Cups is a meeting of two people that get together and form a union. Cups is also it's saying in 2 months' time you'll meet this person. So it's not at Christmas. It's not December. It's maybe January, where we're coming into a new year. And I don't think the calendar year doesn't, in Chinese culture, does not start until when is it? I think it's like the 19th of February is when the actual official New Year starts. So we're still in 2024 in January. We just celebrate it at different times because we're a different culture. So Two of Cups is harmony, partnerships, love, enchantment, the integration of masculine and feminine aspects within yourself, an attraction that may become an important friendship or love relationship. Then you've got the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is depression. So the person that you may be attracted to may have gone through a depressive state, or is just a bit flat right now. They may have come out of something. Yeah, they might be coming out of a marriage. They might be divorcing, and you're meeting them while they're going through the death roll of the marriage, is what I get. And they're in a bit of a funk, you know. The Four of Cups is a funk. Boredom, taking something for granted, love, talents, beauty, need for a more authentic life, reevaluation of a relationship that feels superficial, yeah. And then we've got here the Nine of Arrows, which is nightmares and panic attacks. Like I was just saying, you may have nightmares and you may wake up with these bad feelings because you're scared about an impending death, is what I'm getting here. You're worried about an impending death that you feel is coming. And you've got the Three of Swords, which represents weeks. That's weeks away. Wow, could be 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to check that. But the time frame, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 3 weeks. What's this date? It's nearly the 11th. The end of November. Yeah. No, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but you may lose someone you really love that you're close to within the 3 weeks time frame. Yeah, loss and sorrow, sharp pain to the heart, end of love, relationship, separation, sorrow that can enlighten or debilitate, time for healing, the need to transform grief into understanding. You may either lose a person that you love deeply, that's a relative, or what I'm picking up is that you're going through the death rolls of a marriage. You're leaving a partnership, you're separating from this fire sign. Yeah. Two of Coins. Yeah, and it's a head or heart decision because your head tells you one thing and your heart tells you another. It's a very hard decision that you have to make, and you can't rush the situation. Grief takes, you go through lots of different stages with grief. It's anger, it's sorrow and then it's acceptance. And you know, the anger is the first part of it, but the grief, the sadness, it can come out like cold symptoms. I've had COVID on and off for about, I'm going to say, since October last year, because I miss family. We had a family breakdown, and this Christmas, none of them are going to be here. They're going to be, one's going to be overseas, and the other one, my other son, he's going to be with his girlfriend. So there's that sadness, there's that grief. Um, Grief can come out like a cold. It can be like a cold, like a COVID symptom. It can be, yeah, and it can, and people that grieve tend to be sick for a while, yeah, because it's a heart sickness. It's not a physical illness. It's a heart illness. Yeah, it's a breaking, a shattering of the heart. Choices, juggling, balance, the ability to juggle several situations at once. Jobs, opportunities, ideas, opposing desires. Balance between the earthly and the spiritual worlds. Yeah. You've got one, this card reminds me of the Temperance card. You have one foot in earth, and you have another foot touching heaven. You are head and heart. You don't exist in the present. I had this conversation with my son the other day. I wish I could live in the present, but I can't, because since I died a couple of times, I get future visions all the time, and usually through the daytime from about 11 o'clock onwards. And if it's in my peripheral, my left side, which is my left arm, on my left side is the silver method. The silver mind control method is the left shoulder represents future visions. On my right shoulder, on my right peripheral vision, is something that's already taken place. And I just have to go on my way. I just acknowledge it. I go, that's a vision. I put my sunglasses on so I can't see it through the daytime because I don't want to see it. And then I just keep walking. Head down with dark sunglasses. That's my only way to deal with it. Because it happens, I can't shut it off. I rescued a kid off the road about a week and a half ago, and I sat with him and held his hand and just chatted with him because he had a big shard of glass in his leg. And I was really worried he'd go into shock, so I just sat and talked to him. How did we get here? What happened? Like, how did you get to this situation? And he was, just a young kid, and I think he may have been in an altercation with another kid because this other kid was trying to follow his girlfriend home, so he's trying to protect her. He's trying to be the knight in shining armour. I said, well, you did the right thing. It's just a shame you got injured. He ran across the road to get this kid and stepped on a entertainment unit, I want to call it. It had glass in it, and he somehow connected with it, and it got it in his leg. But he's okay. But it took me 7 days to get over it. I was in shock myself because I processed it quick. I just let the adrenaline, build up, and then it just overtook my body. And like within 5 days after the fact, I managed to control it for 5 days, and then I walked past where it happened. I was on the bus going home where the situation happened, and I had trauma from it. I went home and I couldn't stop vomiting. I was so upset, and there was nothing there. It was just bile. And so I was up at the hospital. I had to explain. This is really hard. I had to explain why I was so upset by it, because I'm a psychic medium, and I could feel everything that kid felt because I use psychometry. Doesn't matter what I touch, it's what I pick up. Yeah, I pick up energy off the phone, off the internet. When I touch the internet, which is like the iPad, which I'm using today, or my phone, I'll pick up stuff from just touching things. I touched him and I got future vision for him, and I've been getting future vision for him for about, I want to say, 2 weeks now, of how he looks when he gets older and what he ends up being as a man. I got all that impression just by touching him for that small amount of time. But now it won't go away, so I keep seeing him because I attached. For me, someone's child, of course I'm going to worry. I'll go home and worry about that child. I love children. I'm very protective of kids. I've got childhood issues myself. So I was trying to protect that kid. So that's just me being a protective parent. I'm very protective of my kids. They weren't ever allowed to have sleepovers because I was so worried about their safety. They missed out on a few things because of me being in my head about my own stuff, my own issues. But they said, why did we never go camping? I said, because Well, a lot of single parents don't accept, sorry, marrieds don't mix with single people, I've found, in my experience. They see you as a threat, yeah? So it's very hard to be friends with a married couple. And then, well, I was friends with one married couple, I do speak out of turn, very, very good couple. Frank and Christine King, who helped look after my kids when I was in Brisbane, and they used to take them on trips, out to stuff with their two boys, which was great because they had that little bit of company. Frank, God bless his socks, he took them to basketball. They did basketball together. Sometimes on the weekends I'd drop Chris off and he'd go and play with William in the pool. He'd go, splashing in the pool, go to the basketball. And that was my happiest memories are in Brisbane. That time when I was up there, I really liked the place. It was just really hot. But that era of our lives was happy, very happy times up there. And if it wasn't for Christine and Frank reaching out, I don't know how we would have gone. Like, I don't know how my kids would have survived not having an immediate circle of friends because we were new to the state and to the school. But yeah, very, very good people. So I guess that's why I'm talking about him, because he's an air sign too and a lawyer. So it's saying head or heart. Yeah, you have a lot of nightmares is what I'm getting. That's what it's saying here. I know I do. I sleepwalk. What I'm really worried about, one of my children, recently he went to Melbourne and all I could think about was the plane was going to fall out of the sky and then I would lose my son. And I didn't know how to control it. I didn't know where he was staying. I didn't have to get told any of that information because he's older now, he's 25. And all I could do was worry. And so, because I was so worried, I started sleepwalking, looking for him in a dream, to the point where I slipped over my washing that was hanging inside and connected with the floor and got a concussion out of it. So, that's how bad it was. But I was acting out what I was seeing. And I was walking and I saw the building and I drew the picture of it and I showed my son when he came back from Melbourne, he was safe. He went and he showed me the picture. He said, that's the photo of where we stayed in my phone. And I went, wow. So that's the sort of thing I do, which I don't think it's great. It's good to have future visions, but not when you fall over and hurt yourself because you're sleepwalking. I have to lock the door to make sure I don't go down the stairs. I've done that before too. I've started cooking in the kitchen when I lived at this other house because I was so unsettled where I lived with all these other people. I couldn't lock my door, so the security wasn't there. There was all that stuff going on. So yeah, I'm so glad I don't have that anymore because I can lock my door. But that's all I have for you today. That is for the Lover's Path for Earth sign.